Hey, welcome back. I'm so excited to be here again today and to speak to you a little bit about speech and language development in infants from 6 to 9 months of age. I must admit, it is one of my favorite stages of development. I love babies in general, but it is something about this stage that makes it just so fun. The exponential growth and the personalities they develop at this point makes it absolutely thrilling to interact with them and watch them grow. So to begin, babies from 6 to 9 months of age are going to really start imitating vocalizations made by their caregivers. So this is not the time to expect first words yet, but it's certainly the time to be on the lookout for certain familiar sounds you may make while interacting or playing with your babies. They will definitely try to mimic those sounds to engage with you. And it is just part of a learning process. That is exactly how they're going to start learning the language of their household. Their vocalizations at this point are also going to differ based on their emotional states. And the sounds they make are going to reflect how they're feeling at the point. So if they are content, you're going to notice really happy-like sounds. You're going to notice the tone and volume of their vocalizations to reflect that. If they're feeling irritable or scared, you're also going to notice a change in those vocalizations to reflect that emotional state. Of course, they continue to communicate a lot using crying. So you're still going to get cries for hunger, and fear, and pain. And that is to be expected as it is a way for them to continue communicating without much language at this stage. Babbling. I know as a parent, even parents who don't know a lot about language development, you do know that babbling needs to come in before their first words, and so you're always waiting. So it is between 6 to 9 months of age that babbling comes in for most children. Initially, you will hear repetitive babbling. That is when the same syllable is repeated again and again, such as ma, 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 ba, 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 and pa, pa, pa. In many cultures, many languages, the initial babbling includes labial sounds known by the speech therapist or just sounds produced by your lips. And that is because that is what the baby sees. As I mentioned earlier in this video, they are likely to mimic your vocalizations, and they're definitely going to be mimicking what they see. Whereas in 3 to 6 months, we said they make a lot of glottal sounds. Those are the sounds produced by the vocal cords, and that's when the baby's experimenting with their vocal cords and recognizing that they're the ones producing the sound. At this point, their sounds are becoming a little more refined. They're trying to imitate you. And the first sounds that they notice are the ones you make with your lips. They're the most obvious. And so you will get to hear a lot of the ma, 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 and pa, 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 and ba, ba, ba. And that is what a lot of the parents are waiting for, because those initial sounds very much sound like the first words, mom and papa, in many cultures for mom and dad. So another thing you're going to start to see in your 6 to 9 month old infants is interest in reciprocal social games. So while I have played peekaboo style games with my 1 month old, and he did seem attentive, it is really around 6 to 9 months of age that the babies begin to really show interest in such games. And they actually want to actively partake in such games. And these types of social interactions are crucial and foundational to early language, as they serve as prerequisites to turn-taking in conversation. Babies will often recognize through these games that one must pause and listen and wait. And when their conversation partner is listening and waiting, it is their chance to speak, or at this point, just produce vocalizations. So there's so much that could be said about reciprocal social games that we're going to hold off, and I will speak about it in a separate video and dedicate a lot more time and attention to it. In addition, during this stage of development, some of the things that you will also begin to see in your infants is their response to familiar voices and sounds. They will tend to calm down even when irritable or hungry and upset when they hear their caregiver speaking to them. They will also respond positively and come down to familiar sounds of even toys and music, toys such as mobile or any toy that produces musical or instrumental sounds that could be calming to them as well. And finally, at this stage of development, you will also see that babies are showing recognition of familiar adults and caregivers through their body language and, of course, facial expressions. They will begin to coo and babble and smile when they recognize their caregiver. And similarly, they're going to show signs of dissatisfaction when they are left alone and when they notice their caregiver leaving the room or their space. So what are some signs or signals to be on the lookout for that could be signs of concern and may indicate that there are some developmental delays? So around 6 to 9 months of age, we do stress babbling to come in. If there are absolutely no signs of babbling, or the vocalizations continue to be those glottal sounds with the absence of consonant sounds, especially those b that we've discussed in the ma, pa, and ba type of babbling, we may want to bring it up to our pediatrician. It may warrant a hearing test or further investigation. You also want to be on the lookout of that eye contact and interaction, as during this time, babies definitely are becoming more and more interactive. They want to engage. They want to connect with their caregivers. And if you're not seeing those type of interactions, if there's a lack of satisfaction, if there is a lack of interest in communication with other individuals, whether it is their caregivers or siblings, you definitely also want to bring it up to your pediatrician. And also, you want the babies to seek that kind of interaction. You want them to get you to sing with them, talk with them, and they do so through their own special ways of vocalizing, babbling, smiling. So hope these signs are helpful, and we will continue to post videos and provide you with some important information about speech and language development. Thanks for listening. Until next time.